6. Peace with it, dude, y'all. It's Nicki C in the place to be, and it's Aaron Collins in the place to be tonight. Me and Aaron came together
What's up?
again for another night of laughter,
It's really on Collins.
another night of seriousness,
Another night of seriousness is where we talk about your ass and then make you laugh.
and another night of truth. It's been a lot of stuff that been on my mind, though, Aaron.
Good. Do spill the beans.
For
What's the
the
tea?
past week, he said, "Do spill the beans." This was the tea. It's so silly. Uh, I don't know. I just been thinking about a lot of stuff, man, and then I just been talking to my other friend, and we just been like, so much shit has been uncovered. So much realness has been uncovered. It's ridiculous. Like basically, I've been skating through this path that God got me on,
Hmm.
and I just been seeing a lot of people get eliminated, even against my better will. Just against my will. I might want to keep them in my life, but if God doesn't want them here, they won't be here. He won't. He doesn't make any mistakes. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
So it's been times where I've been thinking like I've been on my path, but I've been thinking like I needed other people, or for some reason that was a part of what I was doing. But all along, a lot of times, people are not a part of what you're doing. They're just there for a moment. They're not there for the whole thing. They're just there for their little moment. And when it's time for them to bounce, God is gonna take them, pick them up, and move them somewhere else.
Yep.
And I noticed it. I noticed it. I'm looking at it. And I'm seeing how God is working, man. And the connection I have with, different people is so, man, this is so, I don't even know which words to use. It's deep though.
I feel you on that one.
It's really, really deep, and it's hard for me to explain, and it's hard for me to try to explain in a situation to where it's people that are not going to understand the magnitude of what I'm saying.
Oh, people like that, sometimes you gotta let them learn on their own. You gotta step off and move on and let them figure it out.
Yeah, I go again. I do it every time. I be getting sleepy when I get on the damn live. What the hell is that? What in the hell is it? Why would I do that? But I was just talking to a lady today, and it's like all the stuff I've been through and all the things I've been doing all this time, it led me up to being connected to her.
Right?
She crossed my path earlier in life. I saw her, I knew her already, but then all these things that I've been going through in life and all this, it's like it's meant for me to be here with her now because of what she's bringing to the table, like the knowledge that she has. I love it that I'm around somebody who thinks on the same level I think on. But more than anything, this lady is going to teach me stuff too. And I embrace that shit. I'm embracing it because it's like, okay, God, what you up to, God? God is up to something right now. Because
Right.
everything is this peace be still right now in my life.
And that's the way you need to be too. That's the way. You really need to be. Everyone needs to have some peace.
Things are about to change in a big way when it get like that. When it get to the point where, things are moving around, things are changing, slow, little small things are changing. A lot of
Yeah,
things are changing. And then it's going to change in a really big way.
right.
Big to the point where I ain't going to even know where all this came from. I'm not. I already could feel it.
Yep.
So I think it's time to move forward on some of the shit we've been talking about though. It really is because we can't sit back and not do nothing and think that things are gonna happen.
And you know what? That's the the right attitude to have. You just gotta move forward and just do it and let it all work out.
Look, you yawning too. What the hell wrong with you?
I don't know.
Wrong with you? So
It's something you gave me.
I've been sitting here watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta all day yesterday. While
Hmm.
doing my paper, I had that on my TV. And I almost caught up to everything. I'm almost on the damn part where it's the reunion. But what I want to say, I know you don't watch none of this stuff, Aaron, and I'm not trying to impose it on you or anything, but I like to pay attention to the behaviors of people. I really do because I guess it's a part of me learning how to treat other people too.
All right.
It
I get
is.
that.
But sometimes I can get out of character because I've noticed a few people treat me not in the best way. They haven't treated me that good. And it comes a time where I might have to, say something to them about it or, react. Because sometimes you do have to react because if you don't, you're going to keep getting these same people doing the same stuff to you. So, me, while I was witnessing the behaviors of the ladies on Housewives of Atlanta. I I laughed with them. I love them actually because I've been watching the show since the first season. It's now season 11, and I've grown to love some of these ladies and like them. So some of the parts made me want to cry. Some of the parts made me laugh with them, and it's just I know that they really love each other. But it's just something about us we cannot seem to be able to embrace each other and love each other and celebrate one another. There's always something. This woman was talking about, oh, I've got my man, and she was in love. She's in love with this man, and everybody found something about this man. Somebody came back with some type of something about this man. Oh, he over here, he was dating this lady, and they were finally trying to dig up dirt on this man instead of letting her love this man. I know that sometimes, you want to protect your friend, but at the end of the day, the way they were doing it, it was making me really, really mad. Really, really mad. It was making me so mad that because you can't have the answer for everybody. Come to find out, this lady is in love with him. She loves him. Now she's had this baby, all this stuff. But in the beginning of this thing, your own friends are sometimes the ones that will be the ones who attack with your progress.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Your own friends. I mean, your friends go at you, and you wonder, makes you wonder if there's any semblance of any kind of hope.
And that's what I'm talking about. How come? Why would your friends do that to you? People
Yeah.
that you consider the people that's supposed to have your damn back. And that's what I'm saying. And that's the only problem I have with them. Like everything else, they was cool. They be going to nice places, and you know, uh, you could tell that they care about each other. But at the end of the day, they always it's like no matter how much we have, no matter how far we go, it's always gonna be something that in us that wants ourselves to be better than another person.
Yeah.
Ghetto preacher in the building.
What's up,
And
GP?
and Jaja's in the building. What it do, y'all? Peace. What it do?
Jaja. All right, they're the same two that was with us before,
Yeah, the same too. That's good.
and, and about 71 others.
He's so
Get
stupid.
y'all ass out the bleachers. Shit.
He's so silly.
Stand up and be counted.
Aaron is silly. Aaron is silly, y'all. He had me acting silly the other night. He the one who started everything that I was doing.
Yes, I'm silly. I'm very silly. Yeah, I'm silly. Yup. Yup. Hmm.
They don't have no jobs that start at night. I want to work a
Shoot.
PM shift. Shit.
But you know what though? All this is here. This is just basically like a continuation of what we used to do.
And what we used to do. I don't know if Jaja remembers. We used to get on here and really clown at night. We used to have so much fun. We used to have
Yes, we did.
our karaoke night. We used to get on here and do our voices. We
Hmm.
used to get on here and just be in here getting it in, laughing and just having a great time. That
Yeah.
story we did with the voices is it just went on and on and on.
Yep.
It was funny. Aaron was taking it serious though. I think Aaron was really thinking it was real. I was like, Aaron, we're just playing.
I knew that. I was kind of still getting used to y'all though. I see. See, I was kind of Charlie come lately because see, when I came in, it was you and Boredom and Sky
No,
and
that's not
Cautious.
true. You were here with me and Sky first. It was me, you, and Sky who started doing the voices.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was us three doing the voices first. Then Boredom came and Cautious and all those people came.
G.O. Hmm. Well, I miss them days. We need to call them folks back. Like, where y'all at? We need you.
No, I ain't calling nobody back. People know what they want to do and what they want to be a part of. And I feel like if you want to be a part of something, you'll continue to come around. I can't
Yeah.
make nobody be around me, and I don't want
Yeah.
you. I don't want to make nobody try to be around me. If you don't want to be a part of what I'm doing, then that's not going to stop me from doing it. The reason why I really haven't been here a lot is because of my participation in school and the things that I'm doing. I mean, I really should be reading right now, but I'm not. Like, I'm actually taking this time. It's a Monday, nothing's due until Wednesday, so I got a little bit of time, but I could have been already catching a head start on that.
Right. Yeah.
But I want to come on and, chop it up some nights. And I think that we had fun the other night, so I was like, Aaron, let's do it again. But tell me about this what's his name? Takashi 69.
Cautious 69.
Tell me about this dude. I've been hearing a lot about this dude. They've been really clowning him.
So
Say,
Takashi 69 is a rapper out of New York, Brooklyn. And he's a guy with the rainbow hair, the tattoos and stuff. So what happened is he got with a group in New York called the Nine Trey Bloods. He was never about that life, but in exchange to getting him some street cred and some credibility, he funded them because he had the money, and they wound up buying weapons and things and doing all kinds of real crimes and things like that. And he got caught up with them too. But then when the feds and stuff got involved and he got RICO charges and started getting in some real trouble, he made a deal because he was facing 40 years. and he made a deal with the feds. And when they got him in court, he sang and snitched on just about every last one of his associates. The name of the label was called Treyway.
Mm-hmm.
So bottom line is that he wanted to, he just wanted to be down, and he was not originally part of that.
Mm, okay.
So he pretty much did something like paid to be a gang member, like some of these rappers do, which is about the stupidest thing I've ever known him to do. I mean, and they say he even implicated folks like Jim Jones, Cardi B. But we already knew that Jim Jones had paid to be a whatever he was claiming. I think he was supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
what, Nine Trey also,
Mm-hmm.
and he's also got into it with rappers like Trippie Redd. Him and Trippie Redd used to be on the label together, and there was some jealousy involved with that, so they became rivals. He was supposed to have put a hit out on Trippie Redd. Shotty went and shot up. His manager was Trippie. I mean, 6ix9ine's manager on in Treyway was named Shotty. Shotty was he was a real street cat. Nine Trey Blood member. And he was a real street cat. He was supposed to be the one known to do the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another cat from Treyway, the bodyguard named Harv. Well, Harv and Shotty supposedly they didn't really get along with each other, but they apparently both had it in for 6ix9ine, staged a kidnapping of him. I mean, they want to do some harm to him because he snitched.
Okay, let me just say one thing. So 6ix9ine got involved in a gang and he paid his way in. You said he was being funding a lot of things for the gang.
Yeah,
So
he may as well have paid his way in. Yeah.
were any of these gang members in the industry as well?
Actually, I don't think any of them were. I think they were just regular gang members.
Can I just say one thing? Anybody who is a rapper and claims to be, I'm not gonna say there's no gang members that are rappers, but at the moment you spend that much time writing lyrics and doing music, you are no longer active. You are busy you working at this time. You're not putting your time in the hood activities. You may
Makes
be
sense to me.
talking about them on your records because these are your experiences and that you can't really write about anything that you never really experienced not too much. You can, but it's either going to be your experience or someone very close to you talking to you about things, and you're creative and you know how to make stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So anybody who had enough time, because any of the real gangsters that I might know, anybody that's really about that life, they're not anywhere. They're in jail or dead for real.
Exactly. That makes a
More
lot
than
of sense
likely,
to me.
they're dead or in jail, or they just haven't got caught yet. But they're not spending time making music and doing shit like that. And that's all I'm gonna say. And then all the stuff about I heard a few interviews today, a few people talking about it, or I watched one. I mean, I listened to a video of them saying what they felt about it. Cardi B was one of the people who got on there and said what she had to say. She was like, if you involve yourself in a gang life, you have to know what you're getting yourself into. You can't just be getting in stuff and then all of a sudden when things don't go the way you think they should go, you're gonna go snitch. That's what they
Mhm.
were saying. That's what they were
Exactly,
saying
ghetto
because
preacher.
you have to know what you're doing. You have to.
Yeah.
You can't just be getting involved in stuff because either you're not gonna live, especially if you're dealing with some real gangsters.
For
You ain't
real.
gonna be able to live through this because you're gonna go to jail, even if you're making a deal with the feds and all this. You're gonna go to
Yep.
jail or you're gonna go back to the streets and they're gonna get you.
They're gonna get you because he can never go back to the streets because see,
Even
basically what I know about snitching is pretty much like the blasphemy of the streets. That's the unforgivable sin. Because once you snitch, there ain't no coming back from that, according to them. See, like I've watched enough episodes of a TV show called Gangland about different gangs, And some of these gangs, they have this policy that, especially the biker gangs, they say that God forgives, but they don't.
Good night, ghetto preacher.
And speaking of
Come
ghetto
back,
preacher, ghetto
come back tomorrow.
the ghetto preacher just made a real good statement when he said basically they're studio gangsters, and that's what they are, studio gangsters.
Did you hear about what Snoop Dogg was saying?
Well, Snoop Dogg was one of the ones that was coming out against Takashi.
Yeah, he was saying a whole bunch of shit. Like he really was saying a lot of stuff about him. Like, but
I
Snoop,
mean,
like I love Snoop Dogg. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, you ain't really active either, homie. You're over here building a whole bunch of different things going on. You got football teams. You are making all these records. You really ain't got time to be game banging either. You've been working too much.
yeah, exactly. And they basically they're like Snoop is basically like it's like he don't even want Takashi to be safe nowhere.
Ooh, Snoop Dogg said that?
I think I read either he said he don't want him safe, or it's like he wants harm to come to him, or he won't
He can't be saying this kind of stuff. Why is he doing that?
I don't think he said that, but I think that's how he feels. I mean, why would? But I'm thinking, man, you don't want a person to be safe.
Lord, they really, really, really in deep with this stuff. They really in deep. And this dude really, really didn't know what he was getting involved in. He thought it was something cute
We didn't.
that he
But I
was
think it's
doing, trying to be game banging because he thought it was a good marketable thing. But at
yeah.
the end of the day, he got caught up. Now he in court.
He was trying to get some clout.
Yeah, cloud chasing.
Hmm. But the thing
Mm.
is that I think it's real cute. Some of these dudes, they really think that they some real bosses and kings. I'm like, sit your ass down somewhere. Ain't nobody scared of you.
Mm.
Like they calling some shots or something. Now I get it. It's actually it's OGs and hood captains, and I get it that like you gotta check in, because another thing that when 6ix9ine was out in the street bad, he used to make the statement called saying telling people to test this gangster,
Mm.
and someone did. And he was just acting real bad. I mean,
He
he
was an
was
act. That's what you just said. An act. That's all he was. It's an act. And now it's all on the table. You over here turning state's evidence in on people.
yeah. I mean, when he was in LA, right, they was getting on his case about he didn't check in. They got this thing about checking in. When you come to their town, you gotta check in with the OGs. You gotta let them know that you here and stuff like that. So bottom line, when he was in LA, there was this cat named OG Spanky Loco. He's a Sereno OG. He was looking for 6ix9ine because 6ix9ine was just he was
I
acting
remember
real.
that.
You remember that, huh? Yeah.
I remember when somebody was looking for him.
And matter of fact, it was a Crip cat that was looking for him too, I think. So yeah, he was they was looking for him out. They were having trying to get him and all that, and they didn't. And the interesting thing about it, right? He got the LAX right and got into a fight. Him and his boys. They didn't even get into a fight with no LA dudes. These were some Texas cats that was associated with Rap a Lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Prince Jr. These were his boys out there. So when he came to Texas, he couldn't perform none of his shows in Texas because they didn't let him do it. And I'm like, I mean, so I asked this question: what was it all about, really, to be running around pissing these folks off, and then you can't live your livelihood. You can't do the very thing to make you money. It's like shooting yourself in the foot.
He wanted that attention that he's getting.
Oh
He
yeah,
didn't
he
know it
wanted
was
the
gonna go
attention.
this hard. He didn't know it was gonna go this bad. Now everybody talking about his ass.
Yep. He wanted that attention, he wanted that smoke, and he got them both. And then Treyway, they said that they wanted to be the next Death Row. Well, guess what? They went out like Death Row in jail.
So they're in jail, all of them.
The ones he pointed out, they getting convicted.
Mm. So
I think
what is he?
Shotty got 15 years. They said that Shotty was crying in court. And they say 6ix9ine. Last time I heard about him, he nowhere to be found. He just disappeared.
So he doesn't have to go to court no more.
I don't know. And, he's not on the
On
map right
trial?
now.
He's not on trial no more. It's over.
I think so.
That's deep.
I'll put it to you this way: if he did disappear, he need to stay that way because the block is hot right now.
So is Shotty a rapper?
Now, Shotty was his manager. Harv was his bodyguard. And another thing too that 6ix9ine did, because he implicated
Shotty is a
himself in
music
a lot of stuff.
executive. He's a music executive. I'm trying to see a picture of him. Oh, okay. That is him.
Yeah,
I see him now.
because see, one of the things that 6ix9ine did, he ordered a hit on Chief Keef also. You know who Chief Keef is, right?
Yeah, the
He
same
ordered a
dude.
hit on out of the Chicago drill scene. So he ordered a hit on Chief Keef. Shotty went to perform the hit. Of course, he botched it the same way he botched up the Trippie Redd hit. I mean, and then one of these incidents that happened, they say that Shotty got nervous. Well, he got so nervous he kicked 6ix9ine out of the car. 6ix9ine wound up having to take a subway back. Cause see what they did, they would tell 6ix9ine to stay in the car, and 6ix9ine, what he did, he would take video of what they was doing. So that was part of the evidence they had in court.
So what exactly were they doing, Aaron? Can you elaborate on that, please?
Just commit different crimes, like running up on people, robberies and stuff like this. Like there was an incident at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, I believe. Where was it? What's that fighter's name? Adrian Broner.
I don't know.
They were supposed to escort him in, and they got into it with some other security people, and wound up a gun was drawn. I think some shots was fired. I don't think nobody got killed, but there's a lot of ruckus that went on with that too. The Barclays Center was actually one of the most famous incidents. That was the one where they really had the video of it, because Shotty, he could be seen all up in that one.
Really?
Yep. And then they got these audio clips of Jim Jones talking about violating 6ix9ine, saying he needs to be violated. He's not a gang member anymore. And you hear Jim Jones talking to someone saying that, no, don't say nothing. He said Shotty got to do it. Shotty, let Shotty do the talking.
That's deep. I didn't know, really. I've been hearing about this dude and seeing all these different videos coming up and all this stuff about him being this snitch.
Oh, you know, they even call they got a nickname for him. They call him Snitch9 now. Matter of fact, if you saw, Google this video called Gummo. It's a video he did called Gummo, where you got a whole bunch of people, 9 Trey members. They say he financed that video. He brought everyone red bandanas in the video. So some of them were actual 9 Trey members. And I think it was supposed to say it was supposed to even be a diss song. They were talking about somebody in that particular song.
Well, the things people do to be in the limelight.
Tell me about it. Hey, you know, you heard of Trippie Redd too, right?
I've been hearing about him.
Yeah, Trippie Redd's another rapper. He's a rival now, but he used to be cool with him and 6ix9ine used to be cool, but now they were rivals. there was an incident where they followed, where members of Nine Trey followed Trippie Redd's van for about an hour down the freeway before Shotty got out and started opening fire on him.
Mm. So
So
Shotty
they,
was a gangster too, but he was a
yeah,
manager as well.
yeah, they say Shotty was he was the real deal.
And so now he's going to jail, but he was crying.
Yeah, that's the one they said was crying in court.
But
So so
if
far,
he the real deal, why was he crying? He should have known that some of his activities could have led him to where he is, right?
these dudes are ridiculous. I mean, I already know. The thing about so the people that he's implicated so far has been Shotty, Harv, a cat named More Murder or some murder. Who else? A dude named Nukem or
Mm-hmm.
Nuke. What, he implicated a few cats from Nine Trey. And the things that Snoop Dogg was upset about the fact that not only did he talk to that he snitched, but he snitched with the government. He cooperated with the government.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He
And
cooperated with the federal government.
yeah, and the one thing about that it was the feds that was trying to bring down Snoop back in the day.
Mm.
Matter of fact, when he was in Chicago, 6ix9ine was in Chicago, right, trying to get something going on with Chief Keef then, and he went in one of the most notorious neighborhoods in Chicago called O Block. Tell you something, you ain't trying to mess around on O Block. O Block is where they will bring your hat to you. They'll bring your hat to you in my old neighborhood as well. But O Block, they ain't playing. And
I'm
so O Block,
interested. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
he went there. Get this, he went there at 5 in the morning, where folks was sound asleep. Then he got whisked out of there by the police. I'm like, if you as gangster as you say you are, take your ass there in broad daylight where everyone's wide awake and shit.
You said everyone is wide awake. Oh, take them where everyone is wide awake.
No, he said he went there at 5 a.m. where folks are asleep and stuff.
Oh,
That what I said, that if you as gangster as you say you are, go there in broad daylight where everyone is wide awake.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Oh, you saying test your gangster, right? Okay. To see one thing about Chicago, we known for gangsters. We got an organization there called the Gangster Disciples. So
Mm-hmm. Sure do. I know about them.
so I grew up in a GD neighborhood. Went to school with GDs. Even though I was neutron all my life, I grew up around GDs.
And the GDs are more like the Crips,
Yeah, pretty much.
and the other ones are like the Bloods. What's the other one's name? The
Vice
um,
Lord.
the Vice Lords.
Yep.
Yep, I've been around all those.
One of the OG Blood, T. Rogers. You know who T. Rogers is, right?
No.
He's an OG Blood. He's an activist now. He's originally from Chicago. He got permission from the elders to bring the Peace Stones, which is another gang in Chicago, Black Peace Stones, to LA. That's where you get BPS Nation. Black Peace Stone Blood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, I just wanted to know, like, and now you've shed some light on the situation with him, Takashi. I was really curious to know why all the people were against him. Like, why is everybody so mad at this dude? But you know me, if it's not really that interesting to me, should be following something. I don't even pay attention to it. And then I'll
Yeah.
start listening to it later.
Kashi, his hands ain't his hands ain't clean either, because
Exactly.
he put himself into it. You know, he put himself into this shit. People want to be like, yeah, sure, you know what he was doing, but he still put himself into it.
No, he knew enough. Anyway, Aaron, I'm sleepy. I'm trying to fight my sleep. I didn't even know I was gonna get sleepy like this. I'm over here
All
yawning
good.
and stretching and I'm finna go my ass to sleep.
Well, I think we did what we
Yeah,
supposed to do.
yeah, Bakamako. Yeah, I'm gonna get comfortable now. But I really, really appreciate this, and I was trying to like test out some of the things that go with StreamYard. I added myself a banner. You see it, or can you
Yeah, I
see it?
see. Yeah, yeah, in the place to be. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that what I sent you yesterday. That was they had
Mhm.
a StreamYard town hall live, and they
Mhm.
were talking about the things that they're gonna be offering for StreamYard. Those are the creators of StreamYard.
Are they gonna offer free more free stuff, or we have to sign up to pay the
Now they probably talked about both of them. I came in on the middle of it, but I may look at the whole thing. But they were talking about some interesting things. StreamYard. I mean, I wanted to ask them this question, but they didn't really answer me questions. I wonder if they're gonna start having more than 6 people, where you can have more than 6 people on the panel.
I don't know how many you can have.
And I want to know this too: how do people get their picture, get their profile picture, avatar onto
Um,
StreamYard?
cause I was trying to tell me today that you can do it. I'm trying to figure that out because I'm gonna add me a nice bomb picture of myself up here.
Yeah, I was trying to do it through the phone, but I think you can only do it through a computer because like StreamYard is a browser based platform. So the only way you can have panels is if you have a laptop.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fly picture up here. I'll figure it out though.
Right.
Okay, good night.
All right now.
And we're going to bed too. Ja. Thank you for coming through. Everybody, thank y'all for coming through. Y'all know what to do. Peace be still. And I'm gone. Good night.
Holla.